BC. It's Friday, December the 13th, and time for an update. With that in mind, Trish Mullins, thank you for the cup. Thank you. Merry Christmas. December 13th, Friday the 13th. Some people are suspicious of the date. If I got this right, 13 is actually a very powerful, lucky number, very useful, and so don't quote me because I'm not sure of this, but it seems that I learned that the number 13 was purposely given a bad name to obscure its power, to keep it from common people. Sounds plausible to me. This week I can share some new music. I took Derek Nice. I had not had Nice at our main record store in Omaha, Homer's. I finally took a couple copies down to the store and used them for trade, so I could get some records. So I'll show you what I got, not too much. And I want to say happy holidays to you folks. It's Christmas is weird for me. Every year is different. Some years I can feel it, and other years it just feels like it's a desperate attempt to hold on to some sort of tradition that means, I guess it means something to someone. This year, Christmas seems like madness to me, and it seems like such great numbers of people are hurting that, you know, it just seems like I don't know, just seems like a slap in the face to millions who have nothing, the others who still have something, and we just carry on like nothing's wrong. But I guess that's just the way it has to be. But I'm not feeling too much Christmas spirit this year. So, what did I get? Just a couple things. I got a couple of new records. I wanted some new stuff. One of them I didn't notice that the cover was damaged until I got it home, but they only had one copy, so I'm stuck with it, and I'm not going to complain because I really like this band, Hot Chip. This is their latest EP, Dark and Stormy, I think it's called. Yep. Hot Chip, Dark and Stormy. See that cut? Whoever opened the carton wasn't very careful and just slit right through the damn cover. But I really like Hot Chip a lot. And this is nice because they're using jazz musicians on this. So there's a free jazz blowing element to some of the songs. Some nice sax, some nice blowing on top of this electronic music. These guys inspire me too. I like electronic music a lot. And that's mainly what I'm focused on lately, is just making music with the Reason. And they're inspiring. While I was down at Homer's, I noticed a new Grave Face release, and it was at a nice low price. I had read about this band, so I went ahead and bought it. Curious for a number of reasons. Whirr. And this is a new EP called Around. Honestly, partially what got me going is I know that my friend Tim Guthrie collects this label, and he's made me aware of how they do interesting things with the packaging all the time. So this is a die cut. Now this is one of those kind of die cuts that I wouldn't want to do, because that's very, very delicate. So I'm showing it to you, but this is the sort of thing that, let me put this right away back into the package. I have another Tom York die cut that is like this, delicate, you know. Tim and I had talked about the possibility of me doing a die cut, and the cost was prohibitive, but then also my thought was, you know, delicacy. You know, I don't know that I want a record like this. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the side and not do it now so I don't mess it up. But I will show you that it's got nice vinyl. Here's the inside. Shoegaze. It's a shoegaze band from the Bay Area, and they're good. I mean, shoegaze has been. It's funny how shoegaze is like heavy metal now. You know, I mean, has been for a while. It's like tried, tested, and true. It's been around for a while, and now you have second and third generations of shoegaze. Interesting. This is pretty good. But what I got that really excites me besides the Hot Chip was a brand new Residents album. Knew nothing about it. The Residents, Mushroom, music for a dance performance. And I love the Residents. I really do. And I've listened to this all the way through already twice because it's very compelling and interesting. The Residents are obviously, like me, have gotten older, and you can tell in the music. They're all over the place on this, and I like that. It's like they still experiment. I love that about the Residents. They still experiment not only with sound, but with elements of influence. There's some of this music sounds like it's ancient Chinese music, and then other parts of it sounds. Oh, it's like they're experimenting with chord structures, which I can relate to because that's what I'm doing. I'm teaching myself about music through experimenting, and this was a pleasant surprise. I knew nothing about it. Looked it up online, and this just came out. Mushroom, The Residents, Bill Camerata. Pick it up. That was a real pleasant surprise. And the other thing I got was a used album. XTC Beeswax. Lure of Salvage was an Andy Partridge solo album I used to have. A couple of those tracks are on here. I have the Lure of Salvage on CD, but no longer on vinyl. But this had a couple tracks on it, and it was used. And I said, heck, I still like kind of collect XTC, so I grabbed this. Other than that, I haven't played this, but I pulled this because someone on Facebook showed it. Bernard Zolotto, Procession, and with Daniel Kobialka. I love that cover, and I've got to remember, I got to play this. I forget what it sounds like, but I've got it out to play. In the background is me, my music. I have a show tonight. Last week I played in a record store. Tonight I play in a regular bar venue with a stage and stuff. See if anybody comes out tonight. I'm playing with a couple of local psychedelic bands, Worried Mothers and Snake Island. The other day I put up that video for a song I called Psych Wind. I just put that together this week, specifically for the show tonight. And if some of you hadn't noticed, that song Psych Wind, that track is totally inspired by Hawkwind. Go back and listen to it now. Some of you will be able to tell that it's totally inspired by Hawkwind. What else? Well, as I said, I'm waiting to see the artwork that Tim Guthrie is putting together for my next record. I hope to put in the order for the record by the end of this month. Once I have the pre-order put in, once I put the order in, I will make pre-orders for the next album available. I didn't do that with Nice, but this time I will, like I did with Derek 3, 2-3, and Indrima. I will do pre-orders, and I'm gonna need to, just because everything is on a wire. You know, I literally am living on my music. I'm not on food stamps. I don't get Social Security because I retired young. I'm not on any government assistance. I'm living completely off of my music and my art completely. So it's tight, but this is a dream come true, and I I don't keep saying it, but it's in my mind that part of my plan is next year to push myself harder to be a better businessman and to pursue finance through my music. I've got to make it, you know. I mean, it's like I'm an artist. Why think about getting a job like going back and working at like in human services, or like maybe I couldn't even get a job there now because of my age, and maybe I'd have to get a job at a restaurant. Why think about having to do that when I have art to share, and it's good. Thinking about that. A couple of thoughts on recent events. Just as I expected, all the bigwigs went over to Africa for the big show. Of course, it turns out to be a farce. It always is. Everyone's phony motherfucking America, okay? Phony motherfucking leaders, you know what I'm saying? Sure, good things have come out of what people have done over the years, but I still want to just stick it to the rich and powerful. Heinous motherfuckers, you suck. I don't know if I could do it any better, but I'm gonna still tell you, you know, I just hate the way that the world is right now. It's awful, awful. Draining the bottom of the barrel, draining the. We're circling the drain. Again, I want to kind of muse on interactions with people. Oh, let me also shout out to a couple of folks. Again, I haven't been watching too many videos, but I'll kind of go by and say hi. And so I'll say in this video hi to Bostonian Reggie, Mike, Roger Coleman. I said Trish Mullins. There are so many people. It's like for a minute I was going to try to say hello to a bunch of people and it just escaped me. I got those folks out. Hey, I love you all. I really do. Dr. Deadwax, he's doing another one of his challenges. That man. I think Dr. Deadwax makes more videos than I do. Robert Z. Maggie, all you folks that I can't remember, you know, the real James Croxton, is it? All you folks. Alpha Stare, my buddy Alpha Stare. I haven't really talked about it, but Alpha Stare and I have started a project, and I do intend to follow through with it. You know, we do intend to make a product. Listen to that word. I have to use the word. We are looking at making a record together, you know, before the end of next year. More on the dark industrial side. You're just working on it slowly. So that's going on. People have been kind, you know. I recently had one lady leave me a shitty comment on one of my old music videos for the song The Beginning off of Derek 3. And it was just, you know, I examine these things. That's why I'm bringing it up, because I think this is helpful to me as well as other people. I'm constantly studying how and why people don't get along and the problems that we have socializing. And when people leave me unfriendly comments, it just is very revealing, very revealing. So the lady wants to accuse me of being this big ego monster, you know, and that I'm a terrible musician, and that surely I'm paying people to listen to this shit, is literally what she wrote. So I wrote back and said, there's really no need to be so unkind. There isn't. I got one response. She said, sorry, but my husband watches your videos and it drives me crazy. I've never seen so much ego. Well, at least you must be having fun. Well, I'm amused on it. It's like everyone has ego. I'm here telling you about my interests. Is there something wrong with that? No. the main thing that I understand about folks that give you that shit about you have a big ego is, well, the only problem is you're not talking about them. So I suppose if I was talking about that person or exalting them, everything would be fine. I suppose for some people it's not okay to speak your piece, huh? What I'm saying is, again, when people are shitty to me and negative, they just again show to me the emptiness of those actions, okay? It's like, is there anything to be derived from this? Can this help me? This person being shitty to me, can I learn something from this? Will this enrich me? And mostly the answer is no, except to help me to review my actions and to review human behavior. And it's just so funny how some people are either intimidated or they just really dislike someone who will speak up for themselves, you know. I suppose that's why I'm single, because that's one of the issues that I see in relationships. And the Beatles said it perfectly in the song "We Can Work It Out." Try to see it my way. Remember what I keep saying, we live in the mind. Everyone's trying to have it their way. And no one's way is better than anyone else's. Well, I think that it's better when your way, the way that you do things, is helps others to exist. When the way you do things is destructive, that's not cool. So anyway, just musing on the difficulty that we have getting along, you know, and examining the words when people, you know, give me, you know, when they attack me, I'll just call it that. When I get an attack, I always want to learn from it. And the main thing that I keep learning is that I am fine just the way I am. We all live in the mind. Everyone thinks their way is the way. So if what I'm doing is in conflict with your way, then you'll have a conflict with me. Just vice versa, like me having a conflict with people who have acquired great riches and are squandering it, you know. That's not cool with me, you know. I got to speak out against it. There's just so many hungry people. Unnecessarily, so much unnecessary hunger. So that's the latest on interacting with people and what I'm learning from it. It's like we're all just fine the way we are. I don't need anyone's approval. And I'm not doing anything untowards here. And not being an egotistical bastard either. Just telling you what's on my mind, you know. What's egotistical and negative about that? Nothing, you know. Nothing. Okay, it's going on 20 minutes. It's going to be a long upload. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy holidays.